Ward 10 means our opponent's not going to be able to deal with our Tarrasque. We're going to fire up the Chariot. And I'm pretty sure we attack with everything. Because then our opponent has to block the Tarrasque, and they scoop it up! Yes! Greetings, happy friends, and welcome back to the MTG Struggle Bus, where I struggle at Magic, so hopefully you don't have to. We are at it again, this time dabbling into Alchemy once again with Golgari. And we are capitalizing on two things in this deck. We're going to be playing Storm the Festival to put in hopefully 5 mana worth of stuff on the board for 6, which is a huge discount, or comboing off our Spider Queen and Brood Spider Mother, I guess, essentially, pumping up our spiders. Those are the two things we're going to do, taking the early turns to ramp a little bit so we can get to our Storm the Festival sooner with a big payoff. So without further ado, let's get into the deck. Starting off with our land base, we're running one Witherboom Campus just because it allows us to scry when we get an abundance of mana later in the game to clean up our draws. We're running 4 Deathcap Glades, 4 Dark Boar Pathway, or I'm running 3, but it should be 4. 10 Forest, 6 Swamps, and 1 Hive. Eye of the Hive Tyrant. I could also see the green-black Snowland for our Binding of the Gods to get our fixing, which actually should be, I'll do that when I go into, when I post the deck. Our top end, as an insurance policy, actually let's go the other way with this deck. So the early turns, we really want to just ramp. So we're running 3 Neverwinter Dryads, which is a 1/1 Dryad for a green. Pay 2, sacrifice Neverwinter Dryad, search your library for a basic forest card, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So it's a way for us to go from 2 to 4 mana essentially. We're running 3 Meathook Massacres as our board wipe because we do hopefully ramp and we are going to need to stabilize at some point. So it is an enchantment for X black black. When the Meathook Massacre enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. So a very strong stabilizing effect, and it's good to have them in your deck to counteract opponents' Meathook Massacres. Our removal is a little light on the fast or instant speed. We're running only 2 Infernal Grasp, which is a 1 and a black, destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. But it is a good catch-all because once again, we want to capitalize on Storm of the Festival. We're trying to run as many permanents as we can. On the 3-drop slot, we're only playing Settle the Wilds. The reason being is because this is going to get us our 4th or 5th land drop, and it's also going to draw us a card. So I'll show you. For a sorcery, for 1 green, seek a basic land card and put it into the battlefield tapped. So it's essentially ramping us from 3 to 4, or 4 to 5. But here's the thing. Then seek a permanent card with mana value equal to the number of lands you control. So the whole point of this is that we play it on 3, plays our 4th land drop, and it gets us our 4 drop. And, of course, we could still play our 5 if we have our 5th land drop, but it guarantees us having something. And I like this card. I've been pretty impressed with it. Later in the game, it allows us to get our Tarrasque if we happen to get to 8 mana on the board. This will give us our 9th and then draw our 1 payoff. Then on the 4 drops, we're running Ishkanah's Chariot. This did get nerfed by Alchemy, but still fairly strong. It is a 4/4 vehicle for 3 green. When Ishkanah's Chariot enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green cat creature token. Whenever Ishkanah's Chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Crew 2. So it's significantly cheaper to crew, and it's a payoff. It does combo off with our Broodmother token should we get something like spider spawning, etc., or some of the spiders make additional spider tokens. It combos with Lolth spider tokens, and it combos with the Wrenn and 7 Tree Folk, which obviously is the biggest combo that everyone has seen. Ishkanah Broodmother is a pet card of mine. She is a 3/5 spider for 3 green. She has reach. Other spiders you control get a +1/+2, which counts Lolth is spiders. So then we get 3/3 menaces, which is sweet. That's one of the reasons why we're running her. Then, because we are putting stuff in our graveyard, for 1 and either green or black hybrid, Exile 2 cards from your graveyard, draft a card from Ishkanah, Broodmother's spellbook. And her spellbook is actually pretty decent. She has some spiders that do a little bit of work. She has spider spawning, which is fantastic to go wide. And then she has, I forgot the name of it now, but a spider that lets you essentially draw cards. So very decent spellbook, not the most broken one, but decent. Then we're running 2 Gnarled Professors. This is a 5/4 Tree Folk Druid for 2 green. Trample. When Gnarled Professor enters the battlefield, you learn. So another 4-drop that's a powerful body that our opponent needs to answer, as well as being able to draw us a card, whether it's a science early or a removal spell or a late game exhibition. Then we're running 4 Binding of the Old Gods as additional removal. This thing gets rid of any permanent, which is great. It is a saga, so for 2 green/black, once again, it's enchantment, so it does hit off of Festival. Chapter 1, destroy target non-permanent and opponent controls. Chapter 2, search your library for a force card, put it in the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. And then Chapter 3, creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. On the 5-drop slot, we were running 2 Lolth Spider Queens. She is a 4 loyalty planeswalker for 3 black. And then whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lolth. 0, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. -3, create 2 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach. And then -8, you get an emblem with whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control. If that player lost less than 8 life this turn, they lose life equal to the difference. So kind of a game ender, but we typically don't get there. We're running a One of Fun of in Battle Mammoth. This is a 6/5 elephant for 3 green with trample. Whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or an opponent controls, you may draw a card. And then for Tell, you get a discount. It comes in for 2 green. So another great hit off of our Storm the Festival, just a way to kind of mitigate some card advantage. Then we have Hollowhenge Wrangler, another alchemy card, which you guys know I really like. It's a 6/6 elemental for 3 green. But when Hollowhenge enters the battlefield, you seek a land card. So it guarantees you hitting your 6-drop, which means we can play our festivals on curve. Discard a land card, conjure a card named Hollowhenge Beast into your hand. You may also activate this ability while Hollowhenge Wrangler is in your graveyard. So should it happen to die, we get some extra lands late in the game, we can pitch them to Hollowhenge to make 5/5. So good insurance policy. Then of course Ren and 7. This is a 5 loyalty planeswalker. Comes in for 3 green. So another 5-drop that we can hit off of Festival. +1, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. 0, put an enemy or any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. And then -3, create a green treefolk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Great to make copies off of your Seeker's Chariot, and they survive most Meathook massacres. And then -8, return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You gain an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. Have never had this go off, but it is the thing. Storm the Festival, the key part of the deck now. Sorcery speed, 3 green. So 6 mana. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So you're not really punished for, you're not really throwing stuff in your graveyard, so you still get cycled back should you miss your couple of one-ofs like a Tarrasque or something like that. But essentially, we're really hoping to play 2 5-mana spells onto the battlefield to allow us to essentially save on 4 mana and get value that way. And then of course, you can ramp once you get up to 10 mana, you can play this again. So this is a big form of card advantage. And of course, if we quote unquote whiff, you can play 2 lands into play that allows us to get closer to playing our second ones, or still play 2 spells in 1 turn subsequently. And then finally, our one of fun of and a way to pay off should we end up playing a lot of lands is the Tarrasque. This is a 10/10 dinosaur for 6 green. When the Tarrasque has haste and ward 10, so almost hexproof, as long as it was cast, i.e. not recurring it from your graveyard or something like that. And this deck can play this card, honestly. Whenever the Tarrasque attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. So it's a removal spell on a stick. It is a fantastic card Stinks that it could be countered, but I'm not seeing too many counter spells in alchemy right now. So just something to consider. And of course, I want to give a shout out to our latest happy friend joining us here on the Struggle Bus, Jake McCosh. Thank you so much for the follow and the sub. Really appreciate you tuning in all the time, and I hope you're enjoying it. But all right, ladies and gentlemen and happy friends, that is the deck. So without further ado, let's find out how, if we can storm the festival. We go first and we have Dryad. We don't have our black, but we have a chance to Professor for Science. So we're going to keep it. That's actually kind of funny, Professor for Science. Sometimes I crack myself up, chat. Not really, but I like puns. All right. So is this going to be another scenario where we don't draw land? Golgari from the other side of the board as well. Let's see how that plays out. Another grindy matchup. Alright, we got our land so we can at least Professor for Science. Ooh. I'm not even lying. I didn't even realize it. Yeah, okay, Siphon inside. Okay, cool. Could have been worse. I thought we were about to get counterspelled and be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So our opponent's gonna storm the festival from us, right? That's weird. Okay. Oh, they get to look at the top two. Fair. Environmental sciences. Nice. So that's kind of cool. Our opponent's kind of on the same boat we are. That's exciting. Let's just go ahead and do the Ren thing. Start applying pressure to our opponent. I like the Sultai. Sultai is definitely a brew I'm looking at doing at some point. This deck almost was a Sultai. Almost. Because I was thinking about putting the Mimic in there. But let's see what they go for. Hopefully... Okay. That's a good sign. And we get to hit our land drop, thankfully. So let's do the old land drop Areno. Plays. Oh wow! All right, maybe our opponent didn't get the Storm the Festival. Oh wow, we have all four. Wow, what are the chances of that? Man, is it weird to hit their binding? Nah, that can't be right. Well, maybe. Gosh darn it. I guess we still get to Science. Wow. Do I just not have enough hits in this deck? We've had some pretty bad luck on our festivals, to be honest with you. I'm wondering, maybe I should... I don't know. I feel like we have enough hits, but maybe I'm wrong. This also reminds me, maybe that's essentially why I wasn't a big fan of this card initially. Okay, yeah, we really need to hit like at least a creature there. This is extremely unfortunate. Festival again. Wow. So I should have minused. Yeah, I guess I should have minused there and done it. I don't know. That's gross. That's pretty gross. We at least get the festival again. And all our gas. No. Oh man. That's funny. You gotta admit, chat, that's pretty funny. We whip on our festival and then we just straight put 4 gas cards into the graveyard. That's funny. Alright, so opponent has all the mana they need. They are gonna Xanathar. Nice. I think that's super cool. Do we just fire off this grass? We have, let me see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we just have to fire it off here, unfortunately. Hold that, because we're gonna festival next turn. Ishkanah, I like that. Alright, so let's not make the same mistake twice. We're gonna minus red. We're gonna storm the festival. Hive plus meat. We can meat hook plus Hollowhenge. Man, that's funny. Then we. Apparently, I'm bad at this game, chat. Apparently, I am bad. I don't hate the meat hook, right? It does make like our Ishkanah making dudes a little bit better, but I think I like having a creature land in play. Let's play a land, and then we'll still discard this land to make another 5/5. Ishkanah is going to be pretty sweet, though. We do have to be careful because they have a hive as well. So this is going to be interesting. Hopefully Storm the Festival. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand and all the mana they need. Probably not going to attack with Hallowhenge because at this point I feel like Hullbreaker is a consideration, right? So if they have a Hullbreaker, we're in quite a bit of trouble. I believe we already milled our other grass. Coma. Coma is good. Coma is actually really good because I think we don't have a way around it, right? We just pitched the Hallowhenge. So we could play Binding, right? Force the block here, attack. Oh yeah, and they have to block here. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I caught that line. I almost missed that. Do they have a Fading Hope? Destroy Coma. I think we have it. I think we have it. That resolves. Fire up the hive. Go to... They scoop it up. Yes. All right. Man, that was tough. All right. We have ramp. 3 lands, ramp. And then we have 2, 3, 5. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep this. Feels like a good start. Obviously, our opponent can play Mountain and kill our Dryad. But that's just a risk we're willing to take, my friends. So probably go Wrangler to make sure we can Festival if we need to, and obviously that's what we'd care. We'd prefer dies. Okay. Werewolves. Okay. We can foretell, but I think we still want to just ramp, no attacks. This deck can get very aggressive very quickly, especially if they drop something like not Catilda, Root. All right, Naturalist is not bad. See if our opponent decides. I mean, they might as well attack, right? They did not. Sweet. We'll go ahead and ramp. We can play Chariot, which at least gives us a blocker, so I like that. Our opponent doesn't have free reign this turn. Another 5. So, really looking for our... really looking for our 5th land drop in this turn. If we can do the old Ren and 7 and Chariot combo, I think that puts us in a very good position. Tenacious Pup. Alright, I like that. That means they're not playing a 3-drop like, alright, Rahilda. That's okay. Rahilda's strong. I like her a lot, as you guys saw in my werewolf deck, which I guess maybe I'll put a card over there of the werewolf deck you can try. I don't know, I've never done cards before, but, you know, I want to try to get better at the YouTubes, so we'll give it a shot. I don't think our opponent attacks here, so this is going to be huge. We really... Oh. Okay, I would have taken that block. Alright, come on, land. Oh! Gosh, that is such a huge whiff. Like, that was huge to have a land there. Absolutely huge. We could ironically take the counter off, which is kind of funny. I think we can outsize our opponent. I really can. This is so interesting. The thing is, what do we do if we don't hit a land, right? Or if we environmental sciences? We have literally nothing else to do. So... Fumes, maybe? I guess let's just take introduction in case something happens. Oh man, I really do. Like, honestly, chat, if we had that 5th land, making 2 treants would have been... Tree folks would have been ginormous there. Absolutely ginormous. So, let's see. Tovolar. Okay. All right. So, hopefully we make some trades here, right? So, our opponent's going to get to draw 2 cards. If they want to. But we are going to be able to kill the Rahilda. We'll probably block with the Gnarl Professor, leave Chariot, because once again, we have the Wrens in hand. So they are going to get to Shapeshift next turn, because obviously, like, yeah, alright, no attacks. Fair. Of course. Alright, let's just kill Tovolar here. And then making a copy of a cat doesn't really do anything for us. That was a pretty decent top deck, though, honestly. And once again, if we had taken the environmental sciences, right, what were we going to do? Just foretell Mammoth? I don't think that's how we win this game. I don't think so. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think... I mean, I normally am a more conservative player. Don't get me wrong. I go for the surefire things. But the issue I have is that... Play with fire. Fair. So they have maybe the Demon Bolt here. If I had to take a stab at it, is what they're going for. Let's see. Like, the fact that our opponent hasn't been aggressive bodes pretty well for us. Alright, let's see if any attacks. See, I think I would have just slammed Rahilda, honestly. Oh my gosh. This is pretty bad for us. This is pretty bad for us. Or it's gonna take a... It's gonna be a pretty hefty turn. So let's see here. What does this get us? This gets us a 6, which I'm... Don't... Oh yeah, it gets us a festival. Okay. Wow, what a game. This maybe I am punished. Maybe we should have just essentially fired off the old environmental science plus Mammoth, I guess. So no attacks. They at least don't get to draw cards, as long as this is not a Tovolar. I think Stormseeker would be pretty bad, right? So they're going to attack with Rahilda. And that's fair. So we don't get to block here. I think keeping the Professor, right, doesn't have double damage. So we're going to take 4. They're going to get a card from our deck. But Professor is keeping back the rest of the team, which feels pretty good. So that Binding of the Old Gods was pretty big there. And they played a spell, so... Oh, I guess we could suit up the Chariot. No. We'll let them draw a card off of us. Do we... I don't remember if we get to see what they draw or not. Oh my gosh. Of course it's a fast speed removal spell. Of course. I mean, they can't play it this turn, think. Yep. Okay, this is not the worst. Oh my gosh. I was like, we have like 2 tap lands in our entire deck. And we literally draw that. Like, if we could have left up the Infernal Grasper, that would have been huge. Absolutely huge there. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That is so funny. I mean, at least they still can't attack with Rahilda, but oh man, you gotta laugh at that, right? Oh, it being nighttime, that pumps their team. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Alright, let's go Ren and 7. Oh, the joys.
Trees are old and peeled the trees. They
Alright, these guys are bigger. So let's tap the Chariot. Make another disc dude. The problem is I wish we could kill the Lord, but we can't. So they're just gonna block where we're held up. So I'm trying to think if we do this pre-combat or not. I think we just do. Right? The Lord is bad, but we're gonna flip it. So yeah, I think we just do this now. Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. I can't help it. I'm sorry, chat. Alright, our opponent scoops it up, thankfully. Oh, man. Well, unfortunately, this hand is pretty horrible for us. Doesn't have any over ramp, only 2 mana. And, I mean, we could foretell plus grasp, but I don't think that's good enough. So we're going to mulligan this. Alright, we are going to go ahead and keep this one. And I guess we just tuck a Dryad. Maybe we do want the double ramp. We have Binding the Old Gods plus Gnarled Professor. Maybe we do just want the double ramp to try to storm the festival as quickly as possible. So we'll try that and hold on to our Binding of the Old God just in case our opponent has an aggressive start. Let's see, black on their side. All right. So let's go ahead and get in for our 1 and we'll ramp a little bit. Go ahead and save ourselves the clicks. We'll ramp right now. And then this also works out if we don't draw a land, right? We could Dryad for our 4th land. We would really like to ramp with it instead of just making sure we hit our land drops, but we'll have to see. So green black versus green black. For a second, because it has the Citadel, I was like, oh no. Okay, mill deck, interesting. Oh, a Gitrog, nice, cool. Man, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. So let's see what they fire off here. We're probably gonna end up just dropping Binding of the Old Gods to kill whatever they play to make sure we can hit our lands. Old Rutstein, yes sir. Yeah, missed the lands again. All right, let's see if we're gonna be able to recover from this. This is gonna be pretty tough. Hollowhenge Wrangler is gonna able to let us hit our 6th land. Should we'd like to draw a land so we could do something, but it may not be the case, unfortunately. Trespasser's a little scary. Yeah, that's absolutely the wrong thing that we want to draw. So I guess we'll just go ahead and, you know. Yes. And we discard a card, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we draw a land, we could I guess it's probably Tarrasque, but like this would draw us a land card to get back in this game, but I don't know. I feel like we may whiff with Storm the Festival and then put 2 lands in the play. You know, and I think being able to have a removal spell up our sleeve essentially is pretty good. Granted, I don't know. What would you have done? Because this is just kind of like our one payoff for flooding out. And you know what the thing is, right? We're going to be struggling on lands, and then all of a sudden we're just going to get flooded. So, we got 1 more land. We still have Ren to play. We get back. All right, fair. I want to get rid of the Hollowhenge Wrangler. That was definitely a consideration, for sure. Fair enough, fair enough. Ishkanah, you say. The interesting thing about Ishkanah, unfortunately, because we've been missing land drops, we can't capitalize on playing her and then exiling cards, which is extremely unfortunate. So the question is, do we want plus or minus? And I think obviously we don't want to give them a free attack, so we'll minus. And we really... So we've drawn 1 land, right? No, wait. No, we haven't drawn a land yet, actually. Because we had 2 lands, then a forest from Dryad, a forest from Dryad, and... Wait. Yeah, oh, that's right. It was a forest and a swamp. And then a forest from Binding. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Our opponent's in the tank. This is risky, right? So I guess at least Ishkanah gives us a little bit of a cushion, right?
I will call.
Because we can exile our graveyard in response to their trigger. Meat Hook. Wow, that was a really decent draw for us, honestly. We don't get to kill Lolth, unfortunately, because they're gonna put 4 tokens. Oh wait, yeah, because we missed. Wait, oh no, we're not gonna miss our land drop. We got there. We got there, chat. Sorry. Beep beep. There goes the struggle bus. Oh my goodness, really, Duck? All right, so she gets 4. Yes. So let's. Oh, we're missing our second black. Wow, the struggle bus is so real, chat. So real. That's crazy. I'm really halfway tempted to play Ishkanah, but let's storm the festival. That's what we're here to do. We could play a swamp chariot. Let's get mammoth plus chariot. Feel like that's correct. We attack Lolth, they block with 1 thing. We still have things that could block. They can't kill Ren. How punished do we get, right? I guess they could block with all. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sack our dude. Yeah, they could have blocked with all things. Now, there was definitely a consideration to grab the swamp there, so we could Meat Hook Massacre, but I went with the greedy play, which I don't think is horrible. We have the option of minusing. Now, we do have to be cognizant. Oh, they have white as well. Okay, interesting. Yeah, them Dragon cards is a little on the rough side. Though Mammoth could potentially get us there, right? So we plus Ren again, right? Draw Black Source, hopefully. Play the Black Source. We can minus for 3. It does kill our kitty cat. But we can crew the chariot prior to that and then attack with it as a 1. Still makes a copy of our tree folk. We get in there, kill Lolth, hit our opponent. We have to be careful because they do have white in their deck. So they can also Meat Hook Massacre and or wipe the board with something like Doomscar. So we will see. Or Peril of whatever. Interesting. Interesting opponent. Taking a Storm the Festival. That will resolve, unfortunately. Though it would have been super cool to fire off Ishkanah in response to their trigger, right? Let's go ahead and suit up the Cadillac, which means we may actually... Maybe this is a trap, right? Maybe this is them getting ready for the board wipe. Well, I guess keeping Ren kind of helps us there. Ooh, so actually, you know what? Let's play around the board wipe here. Or the Meat Hook Massacre and go this way. That way, at least... Let's see. Yeah, so they can do a Meat Hook for 4, right?
We will slay our enemies.
Now, the problem here, obviously, is that, you know, we could have played Broodmother or Sika. Alright, there it is. So they are going to be able to kill it. Fair. Good job, opponent. Meat Hook for 5. Yep. Trying to think. Maybe that was the mistake, right? Because that cleared the board very cleanly. So maybe I should have played around that.
My will cannot be denied.
So this is 6, 7, 8. Can't quite do this, but...
We can foster much.
Yeah, maybe that was my misplay, right? Let's see here. Should we play a Ishkanah or a 5-5? Could play a 5-5 here. Still apply some pressure to our opponent, and... let's Ishkanah. And again, I failed to play the Black Source, unfortunately. Yeah, I think looking back, I should have played around the Meat Hook. Like, identified it, right? And yet, I didn't. I think we would have been in a fairly easy position to play around it, put our opponent... Yeah, I think I should just let Ren die there. Let's see what our opponent targets, and we'll exile it with Ishkanah in response. It's probably going to be our Storm the Festival, unfortunately. Hollowhenge. Fair enough. Let's go ahead. Actually, cancel that. Let's activate Hollowhenge first. We'll pitch a Swamp. Gives us a 5-5. Then we will exile. Binding of the Old Gods, and Hollowhenge. Alright, let's roll the dice, see what we get. Reach, whenever this creature mutates, put +1/+1. Whenever this creature mutates, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Or a Drider. Deals combat damage to player. Let's just take a Drider here. That will resolve. Our opponent doesn't get to drain us. They minus... Wait, what? Nice! Nice, opponent. Nicely done.
Aren't I the generous one?
I like what they got going on. Let's see here. My turn. We're just gonna board wipe here. So let's just go ahead and fire Ishkanah again. Binding plus land, I guess. Roll the dice. Spider spawning. I like that. Let's go ahead and take this spawning. Play Death Cap. Let's plus.
We will help you find safe ground.
Spider spawning only hitting for 4, but it's not the worst.
My power is for annihilation.
Let's go ahead and just fire this off for 5. Yes. And unfortunately, no follow-ups, but now we kind of even out.
I will.
So Lolth may be the deciding factor here. We're going to storm the festival, see what we can do. Tarrasque is going to be helpful. Yeah, that meat hook turn. I think we could have played that better. Oh man, the struggle bus is real, my friends. The struggle bus is real. I think if we had left something, and yeah.
Do what I demand.
Super cool opponent, super cool. So we could spider spawning. So Tarrasque would let us kill Ishkanah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we are just gonna Tarrasque. Tarrasque, kill Ishkanah, and then go after Lolth. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Go to combat. Attack Lolth. And fight Ishkanah. Makes their spiders chump blockers. Trigger triggers.
Aren't I the generous
They
one?
block 1, fair enough. They could have another Ishkanah.
Subservience will.
Man, if they didn't have the meat hook, that would have been sweet with our spider spawning. We can minus here. Do we want to? We feel like Ren's giving us enough value. I think I am just gonna minus here.
From root to canopy.
I think 2 10s is pretty solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our opponent's still stuck on 7 mana. We're gonna get one of the blockers out of the way, right? They could just minus make 3 blockers. They're gonna draw a card, so I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign for us. But once again, spider spawning I feel like might be able to get us there. We could also yeah, we could also storm the festival, which may be the right call. Fair. Okay. Okay. Alright. Spider spawning or storm the festival. Like, a board wipe doesn't hurt us here, right? I'm trying to think if there's any reason to storm the festival first. And I don't think so. Let's attack Lolth again. I feel like there is a good chance they have another Lolth in hand as well, but what are you going to do, right? Let's have at it. Like, they're getting quite a bit of value off of Lolth, for sure. It'd be nice if we saw ours. Let's see if we get lucky. Alright, let's go ahead and play Hive, because Hive is actually going to do work against their deck. And just because I don't want to get it removed. Okay, alright. I mean, we kind of whiffed, right? But not really. So the question is, do we kill their Meat Hook or their Lolth? And I think we just kill their Lolth. Get their card draw engine kind of off the board. Meat Hook, it's negated. And they're really in a position where Tarrasque just has hexproof. I don't feel like anything in their deck has the ability to kill it. So, probably just Drider next turn. Another Lolth. We knew that.
Envy the strong. I will get what I want.
Get land. Alright, let's fire up the Hive. And then we will attack Lolth. And actually, I didn't need to do that. I just forgot that it had Menace. Gosh darn it. I forgot it had Menace. So we actually didn't need to do that. Let's see. Let's just get rid of Gitrog Monster, I think. So I messed up. Our opponent could have taken 10 here. Yeah. Come on, Jedi. Get your game together.
Do what I demand.
I don't use Hive very much, so that was a bit of a fine. I'll take it. Struggle Bus. Oh man, the Struggle Bus is real, my friends. Struggle Bus is real. Is it good enough to get 5 spiders here versus a Drider? Let's just get a Drider. Yeah, that was silly. We could have killed. Yeah, we could force them to take 10 here and shorten their clock significantly. 1, 2, 3. So 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're 3 lands away from being able to kill our Tarrasque. Fair. So they don't know about the spider spawning. Nice! Super cool. Alright, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I mean, I personally don't think this Garruk is very good, to be honest with you. The problem that I have with Garruk is his spellbook is pretty poopy. Like, that's the best card they could have gotten off of his spellbook. You know, and the fact that it's an enchantment that does nothing feels pretty medium to me. Alright, let's not make the same mistake twice. So we'll fire up the Hive. Then we will go to combat. And here, and these two at their face. Attack. Triggers. We will exile Ishkanah. And then we will fight Drider. Trigger. Everything resolves. They block the 10. That's expected. And I feel like, man, like, I think now we're just gonna hold. The reason being is that I don't want to potentially... Oh, let's see. Do they die next turn? 10, 13. They don't quite die. So I guess we can beast. The good thing about alchemy is that it actually makes the beast, right? It's an actual card. So when it dies, it'll go to our graveyard, which makes our spider spawning stronger. And we have enough mana now where we could spider spawning both twice in one turn. Alright, so how does this thing work again? Beginning of each combat, if Gitrog Horror is untapped, an opponent may sacrifice a creature. If they do, tap Gitrog, then seek a land card, put that card on the battlefield, tap whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control. Okay, so we just fight it. Okay, cool. So you do get to draw a card. Like I said, that's the best hit you can get off of Garruk, and I just don't think that's good enough for me personally. So thankfully, despite some punts, like I said, I call it the struggle bus for a reason, friends. I think we're good. I think we're gonna get there. at this point, because Tarrasque will kill the Gitrog, so we don't even have to tap Sakadu to tap it, right? Double meat hooks kind of neutralize each other, and we're gonna start taking huge chunks. Okay, it's a good sign for us. That resolves. Okay, our opponent on desperation mode here. If they do, tap decline. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I guess they were hoping I would sack a dude, I guess. That resolves. We will decline. Go to combat. Attack your face. And let's exile Lolth. I don't think we're worried about the creatures at this point. Trigger, and then our opponent's taking 18 here. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, and once again, I think I'm just gonna hold on the spider spawning here. No reason to push the envelope, and our opponent scoops it up. Alright, let's see here. We have turn, we can ramp, and then we have Chariot plus Brooding Mother and Meat Hook. This feels pretty good. I think we can keep this. We're on the play too, which helps quite a bit. Let's see if we're able to make something happen here. Play win, and then we have double black as well for our Meat Hook Massacre, so feeling decent. Opponent playing black. Elves? Interesting, interesting. Now the question is, I think we still... What does this one do? Target opponent, okay. So, mono black elves, maybe? Hopefully they boast here. They do not. Fair. We'll block. Maybe we don't run out Ishkanah. I think we wait, we just run out the Chariot. Our opponent is boasting. Alright, cool. Cool. Could also settle the wilds, but maybe we want to do that a little bit closer. They don't play another card here. Maybe we will. Just seek the wilds. Alright. No Death cap. Yeah, you know what? I think we could take 3 here. We're gonna go ahead and settle the wilds. I don't know why I said seek the wilds. Yes! Yes! Alright, we have our combo. We have Ishkanah plus Lolth. Yes! Oh, can we do this? Can we do this? So they're okay, alright. So we're just gonna... Man, I kind of want to do it, but that's a little scary. I think we're just gonna... Man, it's like so mana inefficient though, right? I don't want him to go crazy with this card though, or this guy. So I think I'm just gonna fire this off now. Yeah, I've seen this deck, maybe not this particular version, but this deck kind of go off. It's pretty intimidating, honestly. So let's get the Blood Artist off the board as quickly as possible. Yeah, this deck, now taking the initial damage does feel pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do both. So... And now Lolth feeling a little less great. Not horrible, but a little less great. Okay. And maybe that was no, I still think it was correct. Whoa. Alright, let's roll the dice. We need some gas here. Come on, Dak. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad, but we really wanted one of our bindings to get rid of that, right?
Speaking of this, and perhaps
It's minus.
en route to Canopy,
And then
the
hold
trees
what we
are
got
enough.
here. They can fire up the Hive Tyrant if they want. Or the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That's what they're gonna do. Okay, cool. They're gonna eat our festival and kill our Wren. But then we could hit them. Yep, that happens. So it's not a good spot to hit Lolth, unfortunately. Tarrasque may be a big player in this one, to be honest with you.
In defeat.
There we go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, we can't do anything. So do we swing at them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. We're 1 away. Man, do I just play it safe here? I think I'm going to. Because these kind of combo off as well. So let's just get rid of that. Oh, they have the treasure to do it. That's unfortunate. I forgot. Yeah. Alright, so we take 2 here. They gain 1. So I want to keep our life total high. So I'm not going to attack here. And that may or may not be a mistake. So this is going to put us at 8, but it's tapped. If we draw a land, I think we're in significantly better shape. Because then we could go Ishkanah plus Chariot, right? Ishkanah suits up the Chariot, we swing, we make another 7/7. So really looking for an untapped land here. Meat Hook for 0, so it cancels out ours. That's a little unfortunate. Because that also means that their Marauder does... Yes! Yes, that was huge. Absolutely huge here. Alright, let's go ahead and we have all the black we need, so we'll green again. And then let's go Seeka's Chariot, or Ishkanah. And Chariot? Yeah. Now, let's start pressuring our opponent's life total. And I guess you guys probably mentioned that Chariot's not going to have haste. Slight mishap on my part. Okay. So, let's see. So, we only take 1 in the exchange, but it still does tick. Ooh. Okay. That was a pretty good card to have for our opponent. All this stuff resolves. So I think we end up taking 1 in the exchange, right? Oh, wait, hold on. When you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. What? Oh, that's right. One of our creatures has to die. That's right. Okay, okay, okay. That's right. Or the opponent's creature has to die for you to gain the life. So what are we looking to do here? Our opponent still had a pause, but I don't know what that was. Could they have... I guess they could have fired up the Hive Tyrant. Mono black. They're not running snow, so Meat Hook is their only trigger. So if we Lolth, right, we can make 2 more spiders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're actually just going to Tarrasque here. We're going to Tarrasque and like hit our opponent as hard as possible. We need them dead as soon as possible. So we're definitely Tarrasquing here. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tarrasque is 9. Excellent. Another Chariot. Man, I want to do the Lolth spider things, but you can't always get what you want. But sometimes you get what you need. We're going to attack. Ward 10 means our opponent's not going to be able to deal with our Tarrasque. We're going to fire up the Chariot. And I'm pretty sure we attack with everything. Because then our opponent has to block the Tarrasque, and they scoop it up! Yes! Man, that was close. Oh man, our opponent played very tight. Alright. This hand is a little slow, but it's what we want to do when we're on the play. So let's go ahead and keep this. We have a festival in hand already. I think that might be enough to get us there. Settle the Wilds is going to be able to put us from 3 to 4. Double Settle the Wild. Interesting. So let's go ahead and foretell here, I think. I think being able to play this at a discount is going to be beneficial. Going up against red-blue. That's a pretty land. Red-blue giants? Dragons? Ooh, Grixis. Alright. So that may or may not be a good thing for us. I'm not really sure. So we're going to get Chariot, maybe? Ishkanah? Ishkanah! Yes! Excellent, excellent. So can we top deck a Lolth? Lolth? Alright, well, ramp some more or get on the board. Do we have 2 things in our graveyard? We do not. So, let's see. Ramping here gets us... Actually, I guess I should have done that before I played the land. So, we're going to have to save this now for our Tarrasque. So, let's just play Mammoth. And then we got around... getting Jiraiya Disruption. Ooh, is this gonna be their Deluge turn? I hope it is, because then we could get him for 6, and I'm okay with that. Alright, let's see if they spend their mana. Alright, I think this is their Deluge turn, so we're gonna go ahead and fire off the Festival. Alright, so Ren plus Lolth. Come on. Ren plus Lolth. No! Test of Talents? Really, deck? Oh. Or opponent, rather? Oh my gosh. They just... Oh, no fun. Fun, please. Gross. So gross. Well done. Well done, opponent. Oh, man, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts so much. I mean, they took 6, so I guess it can't be all bad. Alright, well, you took 6 once, you could take 6 again? They are. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and fire off the old Ishkanah. Oh my gosh, that was so brutal. Test of Talents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have to wait till next turn to fire off the Settle the Wilds. But... there's the Deluge. Unlucky. And Ishkanah is a little risky here. Man, so this is going to be, let's see, 1, 2... Okay, so they can't hit us with a Meat Hook Master. They got Blood in the Snow. Fair. Fair enough, opponent. Oh, man. Wish we had our creature land. Alright, let's go ahead and fire off the old Tarrasque Reno. And it's great, too, because they know we got a 9-drop, but they really don't know what it is, right? Because I don't think Tarrasque is on anyone's radar. The only problem is that, once again, it can't be countered. But they didn't counter other creature spells. So... opponent. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I just like playing Dig Dinosaurs. Boom, attack, trigger, kills their Turgid, and hits you for 10, and that will do it. Nice. Well, happy friends, that is the deck. And honestly, I think it played out fairly well. We whiffed a couple of too many times for my taste on Storm the Festival, but that could have just been variance. It's obviously a small sample size, and well, we do struggle here on the Struggle Bus. There could be a little more interaction in the early game, but I really want to capitalize on our hits with Storm the Festival. I mean, we're really only running 5 cards that aren't technically hits with Storm the Festival, so because I feel like even pitching one is fine. So yeah, it was a little unfortunate, but yeah, I think it played out quite well. You guys saw the value of Hallowhenge Wrangler. I think that card is great. Never got to do our whole Spider Queen combo with Ishkanah, which I think would have been cool, the Queen and the Broodmother, but you know, c'est la vie. Making a bunch of big spiders is pretty sweet. Nar the Professor did some work. I definitely wanted the ability to have some access to game, to action, you know, when we go from 2 to 4. So I think having something strong on the 4-drop slot is great, and it draws us a card as well, but that's kind of interchangeable for you if you'd like. I like having Tarrasque. That card obviously overperformed as a payoff when we do have to put 2 lands into play off of Festival. It gives us a payoff, so I like that. Ren, you guys already know. Lolth, you guys already know. So yeah, I think the deck is solid. I'd put it, I think at a 4. I really do. I mean, if it was a 3, it's because Storm the Festival is rares, right? And it definitely is a bit of a commitment. And the deck could use a little bit of interaction in the early game, but yeah, I think it's a 4. I think any kind of rock style deck or Golgari can get you there. This deck does suffer. You know what? No, actually, I take that back. I'm going to give it a 3. And the reason being is because it does have a difficult time with 2 of the meta decks. Clerics, if you don't hit your Meathook Massacre or get on the board early to start pressuring their life total, you can fall behind. And then this deck, I'll just straight up tell you, it cannot beat the Dragon's Nut Draw. They're just too fast. We need our lands. Them being able to play the, what is it? Fire Razor Gorger? I forgot what it's called now. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So I think that kind of being the situation makes this deck, yeah, all right, I'll put it at a 3. But I do think it's a solid deck, and I think you enjoy playing it like you guys saw. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, as always, happy gaming.